Today we're going to do some leather work. I'm going to make a sheath for the big ladder. So I've got some scraps from Uncle Bushcraft. He is kind enough to give me his scraps to work with, so we're going to find a piece here that'll fit, and we'll sew it up and put a lid on it also. First thing we got to do is find a piece that's going to fit, and it's not going to be too thick. Some of these are really thick. There is a piece right there. So we'll take this and fold it over about like that. It's going to be perfect actually. We're going to wet this, put it around the ladder, and mold it real good and let it set and dry, and then we'll come back to it. Do like this piece I've got for it, so we'll use it. So let's get this wet. So I let this soak for a few minutes, and I cut a little jig out in the shape of, or mold, I guess that's what you call it, in the shape of the ladder. So when I put the leather on it, when I go to clamp it down, it'll fit better around it. Truth is, I'm not an expert when it comes to leather work. I just dabble in it to make my own stuff. Alright, I'm going to lock that down. And there you go. So we're going to let this sit and dry and set up, and take the shape, mold the shape of the ladder, and then we'll come back and sew it up and cut and trim and make it look good. Okay, we've allowed it some time to dry. And now we're going to start the sewing on it. Turned out real good. I like it. I'd say there's probably a better way of doing this, or an easier way, or a more professional way, but I don't know it. I'm just doing what I know how to do, and I'm learning by my mistakes and learning a little bit from Uncle Bushcraft. But again, I'm making this stuff for myself. I'm not making it for someone else. so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a good fit. Now I'll trim the edges, and I'm going to leave this little thing here, which I might stitch up. I'm going to use this for a way to hang it. I just realized I forgot to put the button on the back side. I wanted to put a button here, or a snap. So I'm gonna put a snap here. I should have done that before I sewed this up, but I can do it now. I'm afraid I'll scratch up or damage the front. Well, let's see what we can do. We'll just have to work around it. Put something in there. Maybe, I don't know. So this is the way not to do it. Now, to be honest, I have very inexpensive tools. So there are better tools and better ways of doing this, but thought you might enjoy watching me do some of this. I'm going to use the biggest one I've got here. So what you do with this is you trim up the edges. That way when you burnish your ends, it gives it a good smooth edge. And I need to get a better one of these, because this one is cheap and doesn't want to stay. So it's got this little, let me zoom you in here. It's got this little, there we go, little groove in it. And what it does is it rounds off the edges. And no joke, I've seen Uncle Bushcraft take these little strips of leather and twist them or weave them together and make shoelaces out of these little strings. Yeah. He's pretty amazing. Okay, so we're left with this really nice edge here. And what I'm going to do is take some of the burnishing compound, it's burnishing agent. We're going to dab that on there, and then we'll take our burnishing tool stuff smells good. And we'll do the edges here. So now, take our burnishing tool and rub real fast. And you can see how well it smooths the edges up. And we'll do it again to make it even better. But It's looking good. Now let's work on the cap. Okay, so I love this. This is turning out great. I like it really well. And it's snug, it's not going to fall out. I try to make a cap for it. Too small with the snap. This one works. I've got a lot of footage I'm not going to be able to use. This kind of fits, but it's just way too bulky. Don't like it. So we're going to try one more thing and see what we can do. But that's how you learn. You know, this is trial and error. So we're going to try one more thing. So bear with me. So after going through more of my scraps, I come up with an idea. I'm going to take this, put it around here like this, and then we'll put a strap here, bring it around here to snap. So it'll look like this, which is still really cool looking. I want it to be aesthetically pleasing, so I think that'll work. We got a blemish there, so I'll have to use this side. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, that'll work. Just remember to use that side. So now I'm going to measure this up, make some markings on it. Let's go this way. That seems to be better. There we go. And put this back on. I'm going to put this right in the middle. The reason I'm making this video too is I enjoy doing this kind of stuff, but also have a lot of requests for more of the leatherwork. If you haven't seen my axe restoration and leatherwork video, that's the one that people ask for more of, so I thought I'd do some more. It's relaxing when you're not frustrated. I'm a little frustrated right now because my designs aren't working out perfect, but that's just part of it. Part of learning and part of doing it yourself, making it by hand. So much more satisfying when you make something like this yourself. Don't get me wrong, I like my gear. I like the stuff that's sent to me and the manufactured stuff. It's awesome. But every once in a while, I like to dabble in making my own. I think this is going to be pretty tough looking once I get done. Gonna run it back through. It's just hard to do this stuff and film at the same time because I'm always looking at the camera without my glasses on and always getting involved in the actual work, and you forget to film, or you start filming and you forget to do the good job on the work. So it's a balancing act, as most people that do YouTube videos know. I forgot to cut the groove in it. Oh well. That looks good. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm so worried about filming that I forgot to do the part on the leather. That's alright. It's still looking pretty good. We'll take that any day of the week. So let's tie it off, and then we'll do the we'll sew it together, and then we'll do the snap. Okay. So I marked the line on here where I want it to be, and I'm gonna go just a hair tighter, but first I'm gonna punch my holes. There we go. Let's see, it comes through the other side. It's handy. I'd like to have one of these with 4 on it. Pretty neat. Now we'll come over here and we're going to mark where we want them at. And we'll use our awl again. What I can do is a little tighter. Once I get the couple of holes marked, then I can work from there. See, we know we can go here and we'll be safe. Okay, now let's stitch that up. This is going to be a little harder to do, but we can make it work. I've got a smaller needle. Let's do that. We're going to switch needles. We're going to switch to a curved needle so we can get up underneath that, hopefully. Like this. Go up underneath here. Here we go. I'm going to and we'll go back through here. Yeah, see how that works out? It's perfect. And I don't know that that's what the curved needle is for, but that's what we're using it for. Good luck tying this knot, huh? Let's see what we can do. Use the teeth. I know that was off camera, but you get the idea. Before we get this too secure, let's slide this booger over. Be this way. Oh yeah. That's good and tight there. Actually, that's the wrong way. Be this way. It don't matter, it's the same. And then I'll come over and snap. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's gonna look freaking awesome. I may even keep that, the 2 different colors like that. That looks pretty cool. Alright. Now we're talking. Yeah, that curved needle's the way to go for something like this. I rarely use this needle, but now I understand exactly what it's for, because this is, without that you'd have a hard time. It's looking good though. Heck yeah. Okay. Almost there. Okay, so last thing to do is to put the snap on it. And I've already marked the hole. Okay, here's the moment of truth. It goes up here and comes over and snaps in. Awesome. That looks great. And I'm going to mark where I want to cut it off at. And we use our straight edge. There you go. That's so cool. Look at that. That is cool. And we'll finish off the edges. After 3 tries, a couple of failed attempts, got it right. Finally got it right. That looks good. I'm very happy with that. Not only does it look good, but it functions well. Very nice. And this will not slide off because the snap catches it. Plus it's on there really tight. And it's going to be hanging, it's going to be dangling this way. So, and that brings up another question too, is how do you think I should hang this from my backpack or from my belt? Should I use a carabiner? A little miniature carabiner? It's not too bad. Or maybe a piece of leather or natural cordage. I don't know, whatever you think. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think I should use. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've done some leather work, especially a long video on it. I enjoyed this project even though it took a lot longer than I expected because of the failed attempts. But that's okay, that's part of it again. It's part of the learning process. And if I ever had to make them again, I'd make it exactly like that. Very happy. So thanks for watching another episode of UglyTent. We'll see you on the next one.